Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today's Wednesday, March 17, 2010. Hope you all are doing great. Just going to jump right into the update. First of all, if this is your first time watching these videos, you're going to want to click on the link right above it that says, if this is your first time visiting this blog, read this first. If you click that link, it's going to give you a long page on all the rules to the Cowabunga system, and you're going to want to read that and go over it and familiarize yourself with the rules of the system and pretty much get a basic understanding of how it works, because in these videos I don't really talk about the rules of the system, but instead I talk about the application to the system in the markets. So definitely go ahead and read that first, because it'll help you out a lot. Now, for you regulars out there who watch these videos daily or even bi-weekly, I just want to welcome you back, and thanks for sticking with the system, with the videos. Hopefully they're helping you out in your trading, or better yet, maybe they're sparking some creative juices in you, and you're actually making variations or starting your own systems, and hopefully that's even a greater thing for you to start branching out onto your own. But hopefully it's helping you in some way, because that's really the aim of these videos. Alright, so I got my 15-minute and my 4-hour chart open. First thing I'm going to do is open up my 4-hour chart, and I'll move it to before midnight so you can see what it looks like. And so we had that trend change candle yesterday that happened right at the end of our trading time, and it was for an uptrend. And since then, at the start of my day, the trend was still up, and we were still only looking for long trades at the beginning of the day. Now, if I move through my action through today, you can see that there were no new trend change candles. The price continued to move up. Therefore, the trend was still up, and we still only looked for long trades the entire day. Alright, so that's pretty much how you figure out the trend. And again, it's pretty simple unless there's a trend change in the middle of our session, and that's the only time it can kind of get hairy. Okay, so now I'm on my 15-minute chart, but before I begin trading, I want to take a look at my news events for the day. So you can go to babypips.com, click on this Tools tab, and it's going to automatically bring up the news events for the day. Just double check it to be sure. Today is the 17th, and the time zone drop down bar for me is -4 because of daylight savings now. And so just make sure that that's correct so that you have the right times. Alright, so we're looking for news that affects the UK or the US because that's the pair we're trading. And really we just had a couple of important news events to watch out for. Let's see, at 5:30 we had the Bank of England meeting minutes. Again, now news is going to be a little different now. Most of the times our UK news was at 4:30, but since we moved ahead, now they are going to be at 5:30 most of the time. So 5:30 will be kind of the prime time for news events now for the UK. For the US, it'll still be 8:30 because we've all adjusted with the hours moving forward. So again, just to kind of give you a pre-warning there, that before it was 4:30 a lot of times, now it's probably going to shift more to 5:30. Alright, so Bank of England minutes at 5:30, and then 8:30 was the PPI. So those were really the two major ones. I know it says 7 a.m. MBA mortgage applications. That's not really that big of a deal. But again, 5:30 and 8:30, those were the prime time spots for news. So I'm just jotting that down on a notepad. You can do the same thing, or set an alert or alarm to let you know when those news events are coming out, because really all we want to do is stay out of the market when those news events come out. Alright, so now that I have my news events handy, and I know I'm only looking for long trades, I can now begin my day. So what I'm going to do is move my chart forward one candle at a time and give you my thought process along the way. And the goal here is to really to get you to start thinking the way that I do when it comes to applying the system. And what you want to do is get the discrepancies as close or as minimal as possible. Of course, we'll still probably have some differences because no two traders are exactly alike. But again, as long as you have the foundations to the system, then you should be okay. Alright, so this is 11:45. You can see that it's actually a crossover to the upside. All the indicators match up. So this would be a valid entry, but again, I don't start looking for trades until midnight starts. And this trade actually closes at midnight. So I'm not going to take it because I'm waiting until midnight actually begins. Now, had this candle been the midnight candle opening at midnight and closing at 12:15, then I would have taken it. But because it closes right at midnight, I'm not taking this trade. Okay? So now I'm moving forward. Again, I'm looking for a crossover to the upside. And here I get one. This is at 2:45 a.m. RSI is above 50. Stochastic's trending up. MACD is negative from the previous candle and has gone positive. So this is a valid entry. So you want to enter at the close of the candle or as close to it as possible. In this case, it's 52.44. Your stop's going to be at the most recent swing low, which is at 52.07. And your target, let's see, the nearest 50 level is at 52.50. Now this only gives us about 6 pips of potential profit, not even including the spread. So again, not much profit potential there. So at this point, you want to go for the same amount of pips you're risking on the trade. And to find that out, you simply take the entry, which is 52.44, and subtract it from your stop, which is 52.07, and you get a difference of 37 pips. Now you just add that to the entry at 52.44, and you get a target at 52.81. Okay, so that gives us a reward to risk ratio of 1. And so now I can begin my day. Now, if I happen to be in my trade still by the time 5:30 rolls around when the Bank of England minutes are coming out, I will exit no matter if I am in profit or if I am negative, because I don't want to be in the market when news comes out. Okay, so now I'm just going to move my chart forward. And again, we get pretty close to getting stopped out there, but not quite. Okay, so now it's 5 o'clock, and here's 5:15. You can see that the market has just gone dead silent right before the meeting minutes come out. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and exit. I am slightly negative here, but again, I don't want to be in the news when the minutes come out because it can be very volatile. So at this point, I'm just exiting at the close of this candle right before the minutes come out. Okay, so the next candle is the minutes, and you can see that it did happen to go our way in this case, but again, you can never be sure with news candles, so I could have just as easily spiked us out before moving up. So again, don't let this bother you because this could have been a win. Just follow the rules because it'll save you more often than it'll hurt you. So definitely the rules are there to keep you safe. Okay, so the market does happen to go up there. It is a crossover, but again, we're not taking it because it is a news candle. So I'm just continuing to watch for long trades. Again, nothing much is going on at this point. The market's really dying down after those meeting minutes. And so here's the end of the day. No other crossovers, so that's pretty much it. So we had one trade, slightly negative, exited before the news. Again, hopefully you should have kind of the same entry points as I do. Our exits may be a little different, but the entry points should be the same. Okay, so if you have any questions about anything in today's post or anything in general, feel free to ask it in the blogs or in the forums. I appreciate all kinds of comments, questions, or concerns, and I'll do my best to help you out. So that's it for today's update. I will see you all on the next one. Cowabunga, dudes.